Welcome to this special edition of the Published Authors Interview. My name is Kenneth Muyingo, and with me I have special guests that I'm going to be having a very unique conversation with. They are the authors of UPTURN. First, I just want to mention, if you watch this interview and you would like to write a book yourself and become an author, there is a link with the interview wherever you will see it to join the group, become an author and write your first book, to connect with like-minded people who are doing the same. And with that said, I would like to get into the interview by asking my guests to introduce themselves and to tell us something small about themselves, starting with Henna.
Good evening all. Hello. Thank you, Kenneth, first for this opportunity you have given me. It's a great opportunity. My name is already known, Henna, and who I am is so difficult to explain because I'm a complexity of things and peoples and things I like. I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm a mother, I'm a partner, I'm a lover. So I'm a writer, I'm an artist. So it's difficult to explain who you are. So we will find that along the way because we're all, when we're living, your being is a constant progress.
I love this. It's you are more than just a name, and it's beautiful that you cannot be. I love the way you have summarized this, that you are more than just a name. And tell us about the book UPTURN, and how many of the contributors of the book are on the call?
At the moment, we are with three of us, me, myself, and Rob, the initiative, who did the initiative for the book, and Talar, also one of the writers. How did UPTURN came about? My passion is writing. I've dreamed about writing like all my life. And I decided in November of 2018 to write a book. Then I got an invitation in December to go to Bookology. That's a program how you can write a book in, I don't know, within 30 days or something. So there I met Talar and some other people. And in January, Rob took the initiative to ask people in the app group who would like to go on adventure and start writing a book. And I was like, yes, I'm in. So I didn't know how, when, or what, but I said yes. And within 6 months, we came all together, all strangers, and we make it happen. So it is possible. It's a very diverse group also. 7 women and 1 man, because you always need one. It only takes 1 man, it's biblical. 1 man, 7 women to make the universe burst. You know what I'm talking about, Ken? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I would love to introduce Talar, who is the first writer in the book, to introduce herself.
Wow, that's going to be hard to follow. You did such a great job, Hannah, introducing yourself. So I'd like to think of myself. I like to think of myself as a nomad. I belong to this planet, and I am coming from a background in education. I'm an educator. And so I've always wanted to, I've had this idea that something is really broken with the school system. I'd like to say schools are dying, but we need schools. So I had a vision about it, and I always wanted to write more about what I think should happen to schools and how education should progress. And we are done with the industrial age of education. I think COVID-19 kind of helped concretize that idea as well in the last few months for all of us. So yeah, with that, I was introduced to Hannah and Rob and Jannie and everybody else, all 8 of us, and we started writing this book, and that was a great adventure, to say the least. And UPTURN today is doing its 2nd edition, which I'm happy to say I'm still proudly part of. So yeah, so if anybody is out there listening to us, interested, would be happy to connect and let you know more about how you can make your voice be heard in this world. So with that, I'll hand it off to Rob.
Okay, hello everybody, wherever you are. I hope you're safe and well. Kenneth, thank you for this opportunity to talk about UPTURN, the first book that we made. Talar, really good introduction. Henna as well. Jannie, it's good to see you again. My name is Rob Aalders. I'm I'm a human doing. I'm not a human being. I'm always getting into trouble, always doing things and really active. I'm the kind of small boy that if you put me on a chair next to something, I would see a thread, I would pull that thread, and 10 minutes later, the whole table would be disarray, the whole room would be in chaos, and I'd be looking around me thinking, oh, really interesting. That's how it started. I travel a lot, I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer, I'm a stock trader, and anything financial is my world. So yeah, that's basically it. But it wasn't always like that. In the beginning, I was just an employee working for my salary and yeah, surviving barely until I lost my job because of health problems. My mother passed away and things like that. And I realized at the age of 52 that nobody was waiting for me. So I said, okay, I'll recreate my life. And that's exactly what I did. And the rest is history.
Wow.
So now I'd like to pass it on to Jannie. Jannie, I see your lips moving, but you've got to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I saw it. Sorry.
Hi, Jannie, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much. Hi, everybody. I'm glad I could join. Very appreciated. In good company, I see. So thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Jannie. I'm a writing coach. Sorry. So entrepreneurs who are writing a book and get stuck in the process, that's my mission to help them. And that's how also UPTURN started. Just a question from, hey, we want to write a book and should we do it with co-writing, co-authorship? And I saw the call and I thought, I want to be part of that one. And I also want to help structure. And it was an amazing ride. And it's so a blessing for me just to help entrepreneurs to see their, to make their dreams a little bit more tastbaar, to hold on to them. And to help them with a little part on the way on their own journey of entrepreneurship. And that's also what UPTURN is. So I help authors one-on-one, but UPTURN is really my baby. And as Talar said, UPTURN 1, I don't know if you have already showed it, Henna. I think it's in mirror now. But UPTURN 2 is also going on, another 7 authors, and it's an amazing ride. And it's not only writing a book, it's really connection. And that's what's happening here too with UPTURN 1, with really friendships forever. And it's really becoming a part of your heart and therefore becoming part of your personal journey. And that's what I like, especially about being a writing coach.
Wow, amazing. This is exciting. Thank you so much, Henna, Rob, and Jannie, and the others, and Talar. I want to hear from Nita, right?
Hi, Nita.
Hey, Henna, kun je voor mij vertalen? Ik kan niet goed Engels.
Oké, ik vertaal het niet.
Je kan het ook in het Nederlands.
Mag ook in Nederlands.
Ja, zeker. Oh. Dat is fijn. Goeiedag allemaal lieve mensen. Ik ben Nita Bouwman, ik ben 36 jaar oud. Ik ben bezig met het opzetten van een nieuwe politieke partij. En dan gaat het vooral over mensen met een handicap en lichamelijke of verstandelijke beperking. Mensen die ziek zijn en mensen die heel arm zijn. Dit doe ik omdat ik zelf ook een beperking heb en ik loop ook tegen veel dingen aan in de samenleving. Vooral als het gaat om solliciteren, meedoen in de maatschappij, want je wordt vaak als een muurbloempje ernaast gedrukt, zeg maar. Ook vind ik het belangrijk dat de politiek democratischer wordt, wat nu een beetje aan het verdwijnen is, heb ik het gevoel. Ik weet niet of het waar is of niet, maar goed. Ook wil ik nog 2 andere dingen daarnaast doen. Dat is een wereldgehandicaptenorganisatie opzetten. Omdat je dan sterker wordt dat de mensen meer met je samen willen werken dan met de politieke partij. En daarnaast wil ik de werkgelegenheid verbeteren, zodat mensen met maakt niet uit wat, mensen die graag willen werken, ook gewoon echt aan het werk komen. En dat doe ik door om een bouwman events op te zetten en daar meer leuke en positieve evenementen te krijgen, zodat die ook op een eerlijke manier uitgevoerd worden.
Wow.
Ja, ik ben er wel druk mee. Ik heb daarnaast ook nog een gezinsleven, wat niet heel makkelijk is, maar ja, ik hou ervan om dingen te ondernemen. Ik ben gewoon een ondernemingstype. Ja.
Wow, dankjewel Nita.
Ja, dank je. Fijn dat ik mee wil doen.
Thank you so much for being here. And Jennifer, you there?
Jennifer, ontmoet jezelf, honey. Ja. Horen jullie mij?
Ja.
Ja, hi Jennifer. Leuk dat je erbij bent, vriend.
Oké, ik ben Jennifer. Ik ben 39 jaar. Ik woon in Hilversum. Ik ben relatiecoach en pedagoog. En dat is eigenlijk waar ik me in het dagelijks leven mee bezig hou. En dat doe ik door mensen te begeleiden die de relatie met zichzelf willen herstellen en versterken. En in mijn radioprogramma op Radio Mart praat ik 2 wekelijks over relaties. En dat vind ik leuk. Zo kan ik mensen informeren en bewust maken.
Wauw, heel mooi, dankjewel. And I just want to get into this conversation about UPTURN. So Rob, I'm really glad that you're here because from what I understood from Henna, you are the vision bearer for UPTURN. Tell us, what inspired you to come up with this idea for UPTURN? The first book is 8 entrepreneurs reveal their secrets and how to achieve a life of success and abundance and keep smiling all the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, what inspired you to get the vision for this?
It was not really that difficult. Look at that little boy sitting on at a chair, looking around him, looking at a thread and pulling it and getting into a lot of different things. UPTURN wasn't really different. I was looking at a chat group of a group of people that went to Bookology. And I saw a lot of chats about, yes, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And I wasn't able to go there. And I thought, all these people are talking about what they're going to do, but what's holding them back? And what's holding them back is a little internal voice. And now it's really nice to see people like Nita, Henna, Jennifer, Talar, and Jannie, because we are not perfect. And the time to do something is always now, not when it's perfect or when we will find out. But there's this little internal voice that says, I'm ugly, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too this, I'm too that.
Yeah.
And successful people also have that voice, but they don't listen to it.
Yeah.
They do the things that they need to do in spite of that voice. So it doesn't stop us. And when you're in a very deep situation, you need to upturn your life, and you need to find the motivation to turn it around and make something of it, not only for yourself, but as an inspiration to other people. And that's what this book is about. The book is attractive by its cover, so that it grabs attention. People are like, what is it about?
Yeah.
And then they start reading the stories of individual people that have changed their lives around, that have been in certain positions which wasn't really good, but they made something. And all of the authors are talking about how they moved their life into something better and how they would like to inspire other people to do the same. And I guess that's what the whole book is about. And we like to inspire people, and that's why we're on this call, so that other people think, well, look, Henna, Jannie, Talar, Rob, they are normal people doing exceptional things. I would like to do the same thing. And that's basically what the book is about, and why we started it and why we continued it.
Wow, this is amazing. Thank you so much, Rob. I do agree with you 100% as far as this is concerned, because I think it's sometimes we're preoccupied with that inner voice that's in our heads, and it stops us from letting our light shine, not realizing that there's actually people who are waiting to see our light shine, and in so doing, we unconsciously give them permission to let their light shine. So thank you so much for championing this. And I'm reminded of something, a quote I had sometime. It said, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, find good company to go with. And this is a perfect example for this, because I know that UPTURN is celebrating its 1-year anniversary this week, is it?
Yes, that's correct.
Amazing. I want Henna, tell me about that. How does that make you feel looking at this book that you had an idea and today it's 1 year after and this journey is still going on?
That is the beauty of UPTURN. The journey started, we grabbed it, and we run with it. For me, it was let me give you a short story. I was sick for 20 years. That's why I love Nita. I came in contact with Nita because of what she wanted to do for handicapped people. And with UPTURN, I've changed my whole philosophy of what I was going to do. I've now started a program for people with a chronic disease, for their food, their movement. I've changed my coaching program to UPTURN and UPTURN your lifestyle, according with mindset and how we can change our, not change, how we can transform our mindset to become what we want to be. I was for 20 years on bed, and now I can walk again. And it happened in 1 year time.
20 years bedridden, and now you can walk.
And now I can walk. So I have learned through that experience that mindset is not a change, it's a transformation. And I want to encourage people, inspire people to understand that whatever they want to change and transform in their life, it's possible because we are universal beings. So we can change within the speed of light. It just takes an idea, one thought to make a difference for yourself and for others.
Indeed.
That's what UPTURN has brought me so far.
Wow, that's really amazing. And Jannie, tell me about your contribution to UPTURN, your contribution to the original book.
I'm the writing coach in the book, and I also wrote a chapter myself, because when Rob asked from, hey, who wants to write this book with me, I got in contact with him. And at first, that little voice he was talking about was a big mouth in my head. So a little bit shaky, I went to him. And we had an amazing conversation. That was the first day. Wow. Yes, thank you, Rob. That was after the conversation. I went there like okay, I want to be the writing coach in this, but I don't know if I'm good enough. And I do know what I can accomplish, but I had trouble to tell that to other people, because then I was like, can I really do this? So I had a wonderful conversation with Rob, and halfway through he said, okay, this is not your whole story, so what is your story? And I was like, oh no, I'm lost now. And I didn't tell him about a big event I was planning and which failed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And at the moment I was talking about that, it was my inner voice said, okay, you are a failure and you failed this. So what do you think you're doing here? And Rob, an amazing coach as he is, he just punched right through it. And he let me talk. And then he stood up. He said, do you like another cup of tea? And I was like, okay, I'm lost anyway. Yeah, right. And he walked away and he didn't say anything. And I was like, okay, what's the thing going on here now? And then he came back with his lovely wife Lisa, and he was telling Lisa about the project UPTURN, and he was just building me up, and I was listening to him. I was like, oh, that's really amazing. Yeah. But he's talking about me. So Rob really gave me a life chance there, and I grabbed it fully. And he said, let's do this project together. And you just manage the project with the authors. So I did a training with them. I got back with all the writings of the authors. So I helped them shape their story. And in the meanwhile, I was writing my own story too. And it was really an amazing ride. So I'm really grateful I could be of big help of everybody. And we really did it together. This book is really, we did it together. Everybody was amazing in it. And yeah, so it was for me on one hand to show my voice through my story, and on the other hand just for myself proving the writing coach I am, and that really shaped me. So and it's so amazing to see that not only for me, because it was really personal, but every author in the book, they really grow. They grow together, but they really made such a transformation. What Henna was talking about, I saw it with everybody, and that's the amazing of writing. It's not only words on a page, it's really when we connect the emotions to your story, and that's something I'm really standing for, because not only tell your story, show your emotions, dare to be vulnerable. And because of that, transformation just starts. And it's really amazing when people come back and tell what the writing, what a process it was for them, and how it shaped them and helped them grow and overcome some obstacles along the way. Because it's really, yeah, hoe zeg dat, verwerking in English, I don't know. It helps the authors to set the next step, and that's amazing.
Wow. Very nice. Thank you so much. And Talar, you there?
I would love to add to Jannie and Kenneth.
Yes, please.
Jannie, also, you forgot to say your dream came true to be a publisher. The fear not to be good enough, and so now you're a publisher. And I think this is also a transformation he has taught us also to make with our with the UPTURN journey.
True.
Wow, amazing. And Talar, I would like to hear more about your contribution in UPTURN.
About my personal contribution, or about how I was trying to support Jannie and the team on doing this? Because for me personally,
and she did amazing.
Amazing.
As an educator, I have also some experience in managing projects. So in my master's degree, I mostly worked on project management within the institution. And I kind of used that skill to look at this as a project. And in a project, obviously, we need to delegate tasks and we need to have roles and all of that. So that's how kind of I supported by making sure that we all stick to our roles and do what we need to do. I think that's also an area that Henna is quite experienced with. As she showed us at the end, she really pulled off a great ending to the story. Whereas my personal contribution was mostly about talking about education and just the education system and all the repairs. Like, as I said, education is a very stable system right now. It's been inherited since the Industrial Revolution. Only COVID-19 made people realize that there are other ways to learn, because now they are forced to look at other ways to learn. And so when people like myself have been telling people we need to change the system, we need to change the ways. Kids are not interested, they don't want to learn anymore. And we realize that there are and effectively other ways. I'm kind of happy that this is where I got me. And yeah, as a result of UPTURN, I am presenting more as a speaker. I am this week going to be presenting for a group of public school teachers in Armenia. Although obviously it's going to be online because we are no longer going to travel to do this conference, but it's a unique opportunity called Edu Armenia, where all of public teachers that don't have the opportunity to learn from people who have more experience in the field will be exposed to workshop presenters. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Wow, thank you so much. It's from what I hear from all these stories, I can't help but remember something someone told me on another interview that I had a couple of days ago, that the book that most changes your life is the one that you write yourself. And from what I hear, there's been like a journey of self-discovery and growth and transformation here, but I mean, it's fascinating what teamwork, people coming together and working on a single project can be and do. And this is just typical evidence of this. Rob, I would like to hear more from you about the boy and the string in the room.
We love the story.
Well, you know, you guys think I'm the badass, but let me tell you something about this Lebanese lady that was head of the Harley Davidson Club in Beirut. That is Talar.
Yeah.
Now she looks really sweet, but she's the badass.
Yes.
Because she will tell you in no other words that you've got a deadline coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get your ass in gear, because otherwise you're going to disappoint a hell of a lot of people. Well, that was Talar. Henna had so much determination that it took her about 3 hours to come from Amsterdam to Rotterdam for a meeting where all the authors were present. And if you understand, and if you see the way she shared her experience just coming from Amsterdam to Rotterdam, and I don't like using this word, but she has an obvious handicap. She opened her world, and I respected her for a lot more than that. And then I had Jannie, and I thought, you know, she can do so much more than she thinks, but she needs to prove it to herself. I can't do it for her. So I pushed Jannie to her limit and a little more.
Yes, he did.
And that was her journey. Yeah. So I was the little guy sitting on the chair pulling that string. But later I was, the only man in this beautiful group of women that were more macho than I was, you know? And we got it done. And that was the cool thing. And I love that, you know? And nobody can take that away from us. Because now, a year later, we're still sharing that experience, which is really nice. And I hope we can inspire other people and, you know, just say, well, look, you put a group of people together with a common goal, and they will find a way of completing that goal and not going through the end line or the finish line, but we went through it like heroes. And I've got to say,
blazes,
yeah, for sure. And the launch of that book was the event that failed for Jannie, and that was a huge success. So everything exploded, and we were known. We did something collectively, but we all had our own story, our own baggage, which we could throw off and continue. So that was the whole thing, and I loved being part of it.
Wow. Thank you so much. I'm curious. So the topic is UPTURN, and 8 entrepreneurs reveal their secrets. Was there a struggle when we were talking about choosing the topic for the book, or was it an easy pick?
No, I don't think so. We had the topic was mindset. that was the topic of the first how you can cope with your mindset. And every 8 entrepreneurs have changed their mindset and transformed themselves to become what they want to be at the moment. So I don't know what the second upturn title will be. It's also mindset, but
personal development. It all is about the mind and the resilience you have when, you know, in every life there are moments that you fall down, and we all recognize that. And the idea is you see the successful people, but how do you come to that success when you have fallen down? And that's what all the authors of UPTURN has experienced themselves and dared to show to the world. They dared to be vulnerable and share them. Hey, I was there down on the street too, but look at me. I did this and I heard that one. And that is the upturn in the story. And every person in life has their upturns in life, several of them. That's what Talar said so beautiful. We don't have one upturn in our life. We have upturn after upturn after upturn in our lives. And it is the mindset that helps you to get up again. And the topic around mindset was shown by Rob. He said, okay, I want a book around that mindset. And from there on, it was just things falling into place. And also the upturn, the title, it was so obvious that we had something that, you know, life goes down and then you've got that rock bottom. And from there, you cannot other way go than go up and go higher than you have ever been. So it all came together like that.
Wow. Amazing. So it's mindset. And I think
no, it's not really mindset. It's not really mindset.
More than one.
It is what the mind can conceive, the human can achieve.
Wow.
And that's the whole thing. It doesn't matter if you are white, black, yellow, brown, if you're handicapped, if you're healthy, or whatever. What your mind can conceive is your dreams. If you have a dream and you keep on working on it, you will be able to realize that. And the thing is, a lot of people have a dream, but their mind comes in and does not serve them because they think, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that, I can't this, I can't that. And this was a group of 8 people, which were normal people. They had their own thing, but they did conceive. And how did we do this? We had heated discussions. Everybody had a way of, oh, let's do it like this, let's do it like that. It wasn't that we were sitting there having friendly talks. We were having heated discussions. But in the end, we helped each other.
Amazing.
I mean, it's not personal sacrifice, but you know, when Henna came in and it took her 3 hours from Amsterdam, you know, we helped her. And not because we thought she was a poor person or whatever, but because as a human being, you can help, but you first need that permission, and then you can continue. And usually when somebody hits rock bottom, that's when they're going to ask for help. And let's not do that. Let's not say, okay, when you're in rock bottom, then I'm going to help you. Let's do it when we can, you know, and help another person achieve their dream. That would be a better place. It doesn't matter. You just need to help each other.
Indeed. Wow. Thank you.
I would love to add to that, please.
Yes.
Rob, you're gonna make me cry. Because
again, we knew
it. Before I met these people, I was never emotional in public. I didn't show my vulnerability, but since I met these people, I'm crying a lot. It's like, floods. Anyways, because of this journey I've made, I have realized what Rob was saying. Now my purpose to be here is to inspire, to connect, and to motivate people. That's why I always say now to myself, you're here for only one thing, to serve. So when you see my emails coming up, Henna Charry, here to serve. Thank you so much, Rob. And nobody has to have to hit rock bottom before you can lend them a hand.
No,
Indeed.
doesn't need to.
Ja.
Yes,
Kan ik-
Go
Nita.
ahead, Nita.
Ja, kan het?
Ja hoor.
Ik heb gisteren al eens een keer geprobeerd om eens contact op te nemen met het ministerie van Buitenlandse Zaken om een idee voor te leggen. En dat heb ik al een tijdje, die contact. En die persoon was op vakantie en die zei, dat was ze vervangen. En die zei tegen mij, met het idee wat jij hebt om internationaal ambassadeur te worden of een minister, dat kan voor jou niet waar worden. Omdat je een beperking hebt. Dit heb ik tegen haar gezegd. Ik zei nou, als alles op jullie niveau zit, alle perfectie van boven in de politiek zit, dan ga ik dat bij deze in de toekomst wel verlagen om die maatschappelijke ladder omlaag te trekken. Zodat iedereen een kans krijgt om een mooie functie uit te kunnen oefenen en te ervaren. Toen vond ze daar ook wel weer dat ze gelijk in had. Ik zei nou, in de hoge politiek gezien zit er niet één gekleurd iemand. Niet in het regeerakkoord, niet in het ministerie, niet als daar gekozen minister-president. Ik zie al die kandidaten, die zijn allemaal, blank. Er is nooit iemand eigenlijk echt donker geweest die bovenin heeft gezeten. Niet dat ik wil discrimineren, maar het gaat erom om dat de gelijkwaardigheid recht te trekken. Ik vind het heel mooi wat Rob zei. Dat heb ik ook helemaal mee geluisterd en zo. Ik weet niet wat daar van anderen ook de mening over zijn. Maar dit is ook waar ik mijn eigen hart van maak om door deze partij op te zetten. En dan op mijn eigen, via eigen wegen toch de ministerraad in te komen. Als iemand met een beperking, want die hebben ook wat te zeggen.
Zeker.
Ik weet het niet, maar...
Nou ja, weet je wat het is? Het is ondanks je beperking dat je nog steeds kan doen wat je wil doen.
Ja.
En die beperking is niet iets wat jou in de weg hoeft te staan.
Nee,
Want andere mensen kunnen je daarin helpen. Jannie heeft geen beperking, maar zij zat ook wel op momenten dat ze dacht, oh jee, hoe moeten we nu verder? En ineens had je daar Talar, die de duizendpoot en dingen overnam. Want, joh, ik weet Jannie, als ik over marketing had, dan keek ze me aan en dan zag ik, oké, I've lost her. Wel, en uiteindelijk Talar springt in en ze doet dingen. En het is niet omdat ik het niet weet, of dat iemand anders het niet weet, of dat we een beperking hebben of geen beperking. Het is ondanks een beperking dat je het toch gaat halen.
Ja, nou, wat ik wil zeggen, ik vind het gewoon heel belangrijk dat we elkaar niet beoordelen op wat we hebben, of wat we gedaan hebben, of vanuit het verleden, geslacht, maakt niet uit wat. Het gaat erom dat we elkaar gaan beoordelen op de waarde van karakter. Dat vind ik het belangrijkste, want daar moet je mee doen.
Ja, zeker.
En laat andermans angsten niet jouw waarheid worden, want dat gebeurt veel natuurlijk, hè?
En dat gebeurt heel veel.
Ja, als je zo iemand aan de telefoon hebt, zij zien dat misschien niet voor zich, maar laat je daar niet door afleiden. Als jij die visie hebt, jij weet wat je kan en wat je niet kan, en laat je daardoor niemand van de wijs brengen, hoor.
Nee. Maar ja, ik heb dus al geprobeerd om bijvoorbeeld ondanks de beperking, op burgemeester te gesolliciteerd te hebben. Daardoor ben ik afgewezen van de beperking. Ik heb gesolliciteerd op minister van Handicapzaken. Daar ben ik ook op afgewezen. Dat maakt niet uit, ik ga gewoon door.
We komen er wel, ja, absoluut.
Ik heb trouwens een afspraak met de commissaris van de Koning, dat wel. En ik heb binnenkort een afspraak met de minister-president. Dus wat wil ik nog meer?
Wauw.
En dit doe je allemaal namens de UPTURN partij?
Mijn politieke partij ga ik het doen.
Ja, ja, dan wordt het de upturn-partij. Ik voel hem nou al aankomen.
Ja, ik ben heel erg doorzettend. Ik hou er niet van om mijn eigen aan de kant te laten schuiven.
Goed zo.
Oké, goed zo.
Ja. Dus
Maar dat is het. Resilience. Dus...
Sorry?
Nee, zeg jij maar.
Ja, ik weet niet wat jullie van vinden, maar ik heb in beeld gezet bij de chat mijn website.
Oh ja.
Als jullie tijd hebben, moet je zelf kijken. Ik nodig jullie uit om dit te kijken.
Gaan we zeker doen.
Ja, zo leuk
maar
zijn
dat is het. Je hebt een lange adem nodig, maar als ik jou zo hoor, dan heb je die wel. En dat is het in dit proces wel. Blijven volhouden en blijven geloven dat jij dit voor elkaar kan krijgen. Want dit kan...
Ik ben al 7, 8 jaar bezig.
Dat is al best, jeetje.
Oh.
Dan heb je nu wel een afspraak.
Ja, ik ga er laten zien dat ik het toch hoe dan ook ga halen.
Goed zo.
Aan iedereen.
Het mooie van UPTURN is eigenlijk ook, what is the so great about UPTURN also, I have met so many people, can you hear me? Who on my journey with UPTURN, I have met Nita, I have met Jennifer, I have met so many extraordinary people, I have met awesome people.
Yeah.
So that's also the, how you say that? When you become an author, people see you differently. That is what I have also learned. But with that, you can make a platform to help someone else and to be and to be an inspiration and to be of value. Thank you, Jannie. To be of value to another.
Yeah.
So that's why, yeah.
And I agree with what you're saying, most especially because sometimes with the way life has gifted us or the things that have happened to us, we get into the lie with the small voice that we are not enough or that we are not able to do the things that we feel have been given to us in our hearts to do. And I think it's great what you have decided to do, to come together to just become this very unified voice of power and reason that cannot be ignored. And I see there's a new person, Partiyan. You joined. Hi.
Oh, that's Talar.
Yes.
She just joined with you.
Sorry, I switched from my phone to my laptop.
Wow.
Hi, Talar. Nice to
now
see
that
you.
I can. Hi.
Now you got me offside. I was like, because I was seeing Talar earlier on the line.
Yeah.
And then you
Partiyan
disappeared.
is my family name. Partiyan is my married name.
All
so,
right.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
And this is really amazing. I'm so glad that we were able to do it. I'm curious if maybe somebody can address this. If somebody's watching this interview later, the recording, and they have this question about this voice that speaks to them, and they want to do things and they're not able to do them because of this thing that keeps them back, the voice that tells them, you cannot do that. You've never done that before. How can you advise them?
Oh, that is my specialty.
Okay, go on, Henna. Go on.
It was for Talar.
Go ahead.
The voice in our head. I was sick for 20 years because of that voice in my head. You're not good enough. You can't accomplish nothing. You are a failure. And what I have done now, also in my coaching, is to teach people that you can change the narrative of that voice. You can change the narrative of that voice. So I started to do like, the voice will never go away. Don't think you can you can't beat the voice. That's not possible. But what you can do, you can trick the voice. And what I've started doing is what I also want people to learn. And when I say to myself, when I've heard in my whole life, you're ugly, you're too black, you're too this, you're too that, I've started mirroring myself, going into the mirror and say to myself, I am beautiful.
Ah.
I am a believer. I am confident. You can become everything you set your, set your mind to and transform the narrative in your head. So when you say like, some words I don't even use anymore. Like I'm busy. I'm not busy. I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
So when you do what you love, you are never busy. It's never heavy. It's never hard. You're doing what you love. So
Indeed.
I've changed the narrative of that voice.
Wow.
And that is, it takes training. You have to be consistent, and also to have understanding of how your mind works. Because my mind doesn't work the same as your mind, because we have different background, different environment, different family. So you can be even in the same family and have a different mindset.
Yeah.
So you need to learn how your mind works for you and how you can transform your mind. So,
Wow.
and Rob is also an expert on that.
I'd like to add something to what Hannah was just saying, just in going back to your question, Kenneth. If somebody is in this phase where they are stuck and not know where they're going next, or have dreams and don't know where to start, or are completely at loss of what is their next step, it's very important to stop, think, reflect, evaluate. And I think I would be speaking for all of us here. If they need a brain for a talk, a discussion, for a first starter point, I think we'll all be willing to help them with that conversation here. So if somebody's listening, please do share with our contacts with them, and we'll be more than willing to be a sounding board as UPTURN authors for them to start somewhere. And then one other thing I'd like people to know out there is it is okay to ask for help. It is actually a powerful attribute for people to say, I need help. It actually gives them more power. The world is more collaborative as we move forward. One person cannot do it by themselves. We need to put our hands together. And UPTURN is a great example of how putting hands together, dreams can and will be achieved in the future. This is just a beginning. UPTURN is just the beginning, right? So everything is, you can reset your reset button in life wherever you feel like it is time for you to do a reset. Nobody's stuck. We're not trees. And yeah, when I say I'm a nomad, is I've lived so many places and I've moved so many times and I've seen this change happen all the time. We are in control of our destiny, but we have to have the courage to say, I'm resetting right now. Let's start again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kenneth, just in what happened now, you can see the power of that book. You asked one question and Henna gave her twist, Talar gave her twist, but if you read one book, you will find 8 nuggets of information which help you forward, which help you turn around things. My take on this is ask a better question. So if you're stuck and you're asking yourself, how did I get here and how do I get out of here? Then you have to say, no, I need to ask a different question. Who do I need to contact to how to get out of here? Who can help me to go further? You know, and in that way, that's the power of the book. 8 people giving their take, their idea, and whichever resonates is the one that you want. So, you know, people, go out, buy the book, because you get 8 people in one book.
Yeah. I mean, Natasha's not here, but in that sense, Rob, Natasha was really talking about be in the flow with what you want. Find your inner center and get in flow. That was one of the other chapters. Like, find your point of flow. Where are you going to flow? Where is it going to make sense for you that your action and your brain are in sync together? And that was another chapter. So not only did we write what we think, we actually learned from each other throughout this process as well.
For
that
sure.
was Natasha's chapter. She's since moved to another country, but I mean, her learnings have been very valuable to me.
Wow. And Jannie, you want to add something?
Oh, already so many valuable things said. I think it's important to stay close to your core. and no matter where you are in life, there's always a solution. There's always a solution available, but it's up to you to go look for it and to allow it to see it. And I think that's the start of everything. And that's the mind. Again, you need to make that step to go get that help. You need to make that step to go change the things you want to change. A lot of help is available, but it all starts with you yourself. And that's, yeah, through all the stories, that's the thing that people need to go realize that, hey, I can recognize myself in the story of Natasha or Justine or Henna or whatever. And then they say, hey, I recognize that part, not the complete story, but that part, that's something so close to me too. And hey, see what they did. And then you go back and go back to your own mind and think, hey, what can I do to make that next step? And yeah, as I said, in the book, all came together. It was like 8 different stories, but it's just one thread going on. And every story has so much value in it. But because they all connected back to the reader and connected back to, hey, what can you do to do this also? It's not sharing our success story. It's sharing valuable tools to make your life also a success story.
Amazing.
And I want to add to that, because as we are talking about this, and what I've learned from Talar made me change my first coaching project. I have now made that to only 5 questions. Who, what, why, where, and when. Then the how will reveal itself. Need to stop and think first who. Who am I? What I want to do? Why I want to do it? Find your purpose, find your passion. Where do you want to do it? And when? You have to set a goal. Hey, Rob, you need a goal and an end date to that goal. And the how will reveal itself.
Amazing.
Also, thank you, Talar. I haven't talked to you about this yet. That I changed the narrative from. So thank you.
And Jennifer, what do you think about all of this?
I think it's very great that different people combine their experiences in a book to help inspire other people to share their story. I have an intention to write a book myself for a few years now, but I don't really have a story, so I'm not writing my book.
Everybody has a story.
No, everybody has a story, honey.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has a story.
And
I don't have
just
a clear.
don't know which story you want to tell. You have multiple stories.
Yeah, which story you want to tell.
But
Jennifer, you are in the right place today. I feel the energy of support coming in from all directions. I have a feeling you're going to write a book this year.
This year? Oh no! I don't have a clear story.
Yes. No, you always say yes first. You never say no. You never say no. You always say yes.
No, not this year. I will write a book.
The how. When I was asked to be a, when I went to UPTURN, I didn't know anything. I had nothing. Echt, really, I had nothing. I said yes. I jumped in. How you say this is a saying? You can see, but you're blind.
Yeah.
You can see, but you're blind. I saw. I didn't know anything, and I did it. And the how, if you first say no, your mind is gonna distract you, and you will never accomplish nothing.
Find all the blocks.
You're not of your mind. So when you say yes, I will, it will come.
Okay,
but I don't feel like writing a book, so I say no.
Good for you, Jennifer. Henna. It's also good. Writing a book is a big thing, but it's also good to realize if writing a book is the thing for you. And that's what I agree with Jennifer. I believe that she really thought about this, if I hear your direction. And
write a book. I don't want to write a book. So
you want to do other things, and that's really great too.
That's
great too. Yeah.
But Kenneth, to answer your question, I will write my book within 3 years, so I hope you'll see it. It's coming. Yes.
Wow, it's amazing.
And
Jennifer, let me put it like this. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
yes, I
Wow.
believe the thing.
That's true.
Everything
Very
in my
well
life is coming together. Whenever I want something, it comes towards me. So I'm
That's it.
not about anything, no. But
Beautiful.
very nice to meet all of you and to be a part of this today. And congratulations with your first anniversary.
Thank you.
Oh, unfortunately, oh my gosh, sorry. My client is calling. I have an appointment at 1 o'clock.
Right.
So
We're also wrapping up
unfortunately,
soon.
what?
We're also wrapping up soon. Thank you so much for making time for the for this conversation.
Yes. Hopefully we'll meet again. Henna is sharing the stories with me and the conversations, the invitations. So hopefully we'll meet again soon.
Most definitely.
Have
Well,
a nice day and good luck with your book.
at least you
And-
turned up to UPTURN.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'll be staying for another 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Very
Yeah, my
nice.
client just sent a message. He's busy. He's working as well. So 15
This
minutes.
brings
later.
me very well into my next question.
It's your turn.
And
Up
this,
to the turn.
this is for Rob, and I want Henna to chip in after Rob has shared. It's about decision. If someone is watching this interview and the thing they struggle with the most in life is making decisions about the things they know that they should do, but they feel like they're standing in their own way, how would you advise them?
I would advise them to buy the second book of UPTURN because therein is the secret. It's personal development. If you work on yourself, and first you have to realize who you are and what your weak points and your strong points are. And your strong points you need to develop, and your weak points you need to develop as well. But always keep on working on yourself. And never say, oh, I know that, I'm not gonna, and turn off. Always keep on looking for knowledge. Look for what, you know, all the different things that you can improve on. And if you do that long enough and often enough, it'll become a mentality.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Henna, you wrote about decision in UPTURN.
Oh, yeah. CIA. Conscious intelligence actions. Yeah. You know, because that's why I said in the beginning, I don't have doubts. I do have doubts, but I don't act on my doubts. You see? I make a conscious decision not to act on my doubts.
Amazing.
You have to stop and think, here we go again. Who, what, why, where, and when. Stop
and think.
Breathe and make a decision. Conscious.
Nice. Very nice. And Jannie, you want to chip in on decision as well?
Decision is the core of everything you do. And for a long time, I heard all the trainers and coaches say, just decide. And I was thinking, how can you just decide? And what is decision? And I decide things all day, but then I noticed there's a thing decision and a thing wanting. And I'm still working on that one. But wanting is a start, but it's something different than making a decision. Making a decision is so powerful. And also in UPTURN, for example, in the latest weeks before the book launch, things went challenging. So we had some setbacks, and at that point Rob said we just set point a book launch date, so we work on that date no matter what, and so we did. But after this setback with something to do with editing, and I was like, oh my God, we cannot do this. And without me realizing this, that was also a decision in my mind. It was a decision like, we need some extra time. And at some point I was speaking with Talar and she said, but I've got people flying in for the book launch. And at that point, I made that decision, okay, there's no way out.
Yeah.
And
we're doing this.
We're doing this. So at the first time I wanted to make it to the book launch. But at that point, saying there is no way out and making a decision there was no way out, something shifts in your mind and then you just go for it no matter what. And that is so powerful.
Awareness, that's what you call awareness, consciousness about the situation, ja.
Lieve mensen, ik moet gaan, sorry. Ik had een afspraak vergeten die tussendoor is gekomen. Ik bedank u allemaal van harte. Ik vind jullie verhalen gigantisch mooi. En succes met jullie boeken. Verder. Ik hoop dat we elkaar nog tegenkomen. Misschien dat we elkaar kunnen helpen. Of, ik weet het niet wat we van elkaar kunnen betekenen. Maar ik hoop dat het dat het allemaal met iedereen gaat lukken ook.
Hou die in de gaten, Nita.
Ja, ik wil net zeggen, ik hou je in de gaten, Nita.
Ja, ik hoop dat we elkaar nog zeker tegen gaan komen.
Zeker.
I have the link to your website. We will be keeping in touch, Nita.
Ja. Ik wens jullie een hele fijne dag toe en God bless you allemaal.
Dankjewel. Fijn je te ontmoeten, Nita.
Doei.
Doei. Wow. This is amazing. You have not chipped in, Talar, about decision. I'm curious what you have to say about this.
I'm going to go back to my origin. I am a teacher in a classroom with 20 kids. Decision making happens at least 203 times every second between do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. And these are the decisions that come from safety, basically, but essential decisions, right? So I look at decisions in two ways. There are the survival needs for decision making, but there's also the bigger picture of decision making, the decisions that you take that are going to steer you in a certain direction. And for these decision making as a scientist, because I am a scientist, I go back to the drawing board, as to say, the scientific method. What do I know? What have I observed? Where do I want to go? And what are my steps there? So decision is a process. It is not an intuition. It's not supposed to be an intuition. Decision is supposed to be a process, and it's a process that has very specific steps to follow. And yeah, whether it's a social science or a concrete science, I would always go with the essential steps of decision making. What do I know? What do I have? Where do I want to go? What else do I need so that I can get there? And then you make your board and then you make that decision. When life is throwing you around without the decision making, it is really hard because, as we said earlier, you are not in tune with your core. Life is not supposed to be happening to you. You are happening to life. And if you don't make decision, life just happens. And that's not a good place to be as a human. We have evolved in millions of years. Again, my scientist evolutionary approach, we have evolved to become better versions of ourselves. Intelligently, we will guide ourselves with the right tools. Collaboratively, there's enough intelligence amongst the world for us to know we just need to tap into the right channels when we want something right.
Very nice. Wow. Thank you so much. And Jennifer, you want to say something about decision?
I want to say something about decisions. No, not really. Je overvalt me een beetje. Ik heb altijd iets te zeggen, maar je overvalt me een beetje.
It's all right. Thank you so much.
Now you understand that Talar is a teacher in core. She's in flow with her teaching.
Yeah.
And I've learned so much of her in 6 months time. And still, if I'm stuck, I call Talar.
Thank you.
This
always
is
happy to help.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the UPTURN project. You mentioned, Rob, that there is another project that is being worked on, focusing on personal development specifically. But if someone watches this interview and they would like to be part of the UPTURN project, is there another future project besides the one that is in the current horizon, which is personal development?
Well, you know, let me put it this way. I see a person here shining like crazy, and actually, it's a question for her because
Yeah.
it's her project, it's her baby, and it's Jannie. Jannie was the person that helped us, that guided us, and brought us further. So if there are any questions about UPTURN 3, 4, or 5, or UPTURN, the political party, or anything else, phone Jannie.
All right, very nice. And where can people buy the book, UPTURN?
When you go to,
There's a website, and it's www.upturn.com, right?
UPTURN book.
Upturnbook.com.
Yeah.
Very nice. We'll put the link with the interview. And just one other question. Is there, if people would like to connect with you, if they watch this interview and they would like to connect with these amazing people, are you okay with sharing your links in the message? And I will be putting them with the interview when I share it.
Well,
that's awesome.
in my case, people can Google me, and the whole page is about me and what I've done and what I can do and whatever. So that's really easy for people to try and get in touch with me. I've made a conscious decision that I am always, I can always be found, and my telephone number is there. So anybody that wants can just phone me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rob and Henna and Jannie and Talar and Jennifer. This was really wonderful. Before I end the interview, I just wanted to ask each and every one of you, is there something else that you would like to share that I have not been able to address in this time together? Starting with Jennifer.
No. Thank you for all the information and all the insights. No, I have nothing. I have no questions or nothing to add.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And Talal?
I just want to thank you for your time. This has been a great way to reconnect after a year. Thank you. Thank you for what you do to help other connects with us. That is, hopefully we will be of service to other people. That was the whole message behind doing all this, right? So thank you. I've shared my contact, my LinkedIn contact in the chat, and from there, anybody who needs help, I'm more than willing.
Amazing.
This is obviously for free, at least from my side. It's just a bouncing board, basically. Somebody who wants to bounce ideas.
Very nice. And Jannie?
Yeah, I want to really, we'll close off with that. Believe in yourself. For everybody who's listening, everybody has a story. We just mentioned that one, but also you have a story, and believe in your story and believe in yourself. Believe in the powers that you have way beyond your own thoughts and things you think you can achieve. And for the UPTURN, when you look at the website or the Facebook page, UPTURN Book Project, you can just follow everything we do. And as I said, it's not only a party of us authors, but it's a party we want you to connect with, so we can help you making that next step too. And UPTURN is becoming a series. So part 2 is about personal development. Part 3 is also going on next year. So there's lots of things to connect with. But it's all for you. Remember that. It's all for you to make that next step happen.
Jannie, wat is jouw achternaam?
Van den Boogard.
Oké.
B-O-O-G-A-R-D.
And Rob, is there something that you would like to share before we end the interview?
Well, Kenneth, thank you for the opportunity. It was amazing to see some of the other authors after a long time. I hope we've been able to inspire other people. And whoever you are, wherever you are, if you feel you're stuck, I have one tip. You're not a tree, so move.
I'll remember that.
Rob, vraag stellen nog, Rob. Hoe kan ik jou vinden op LinkedIn?
Ik zie 3 namelijk.
Ja, nou, dat is die ene met Robert Erik Aalders.
Oh, Robert Erik.
Ja, dat is hem.
Ah, goed. Dank je.
All good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rob. And,
My pleasure.
And Henna?
I'm so happy I can be here to serve. I have a few things to say. First, life is what you make of it. As Rob already said, you're not a tree. Please move. Move in the direction. Set your mind to move, to be mindful. And also what I want to add, meditate, envision. Envision, to come in line with who you are. And make something of your journey to upturn and uptune your lifestyle to be the best version you can be for you.
Wow. Wow. And
thank you so much, Kenneth, for the opportunity. And I'm happy you adjust, and we had some authors and all together.
This was amazing. I'm so glad that we did it this way. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. And I will remember this. I'm not a tree.
That's it.
I've burnt that one in my memory. If I don't like it, I'm just going to move.
That's it.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Thank you so much.
And grow. And grow.
Thank you so much, everyone. This was wonderful. And we'll sure keep in touch.
Okay.